Why do you want to tell your story?
The reason I want to tell my story for is because what I've been through and what other people are probably suffering, what it actually does to you, your family, and mainly yourself, but obviously your loved ones as well. Don't want people making the same mistakes I've done. If I could help someone at a young age, prevent them from all this, all the misery and pain I've caused, I'd definitely be something like that.
I've got younger nieces and nephews who are young enough to learn that drugs and alcohol aren't the way to manage your life. You know, it only ends up in disaster, and if I can help anybody out, then that's what I'm here to do.
I can relate to that. Obviously, father, I've got a son who's in the army, I've got a daughter, so I don't want them doing what mistakes I've done. Obviously, the people think it's big, drinking, taking drugs and stuff like that. It's not the way forward. You can still have fun, you can still socialise and mingle with people without having drinking drugs. Obviously, the drink was a big thing for me. That's the main reason why I'm here, because my life was about drink. I chose drink over my kids, family and stuff like that. How old were you when you first drank alcohol, and what made you try it, Joe?
13. You know, there was the cabinet in the sitting room, and Mum and Dad used to have bottles of this and they'd go out. I was often left on my own at that age. I used to unscrew it and just, you know. I didn't get drunk, it was just because it was there and I wanted to try.
Aye.
What about you?
I was probably about roughly the same age, 12, 13. I remember we were drinking for the first time and it was weird. Everything was going a bit funny. But that's where it started from there. Obviously, start with a bit of spirits, but a good old Frosty Jacks, you know, that's spec that lightning. The reason why I probably drank it, I drank to fit in with the rest of them, because obviously at school I was isolated, I was bullied a lot. So I wanted to drink, I wanted to fit in, I didn't want to be the odd one out. When I did have a drink, it gave us confidence, it gave us that boost, because obviously the drink kicked in, but now that's probably the reason why I did it. Socialising, mingling, fitting at school. Right, Joe, at what point did drinking become a regular thing for you and why?
I'm not quite sure when it became a regular thing. I'm not quite sure why yet. Probably boredom, because my friends were doing it when I was younger. But I don't know about later on in life.
It probably started from a young age at school. Then we'll look forward to the Friday. That's when the nightlife started. The euphoria of thinking, yes, it's Friday, there's something to look forward to. And that's how it became a regular thing.
I think my Friday feeling got started when I was older. It was the weekend, you know, you finish work, it's Friday.
Yeah.
And drink.
Mine was able to even finish in school on a Friday and going out.
Actually, yeah. We used to do that at school as well. Friday night was only one night a week.
Yeah.
But 13, 14-year-old maybe.
Yeah.
Describe the feeling you had while using alcohol.
The feeling I probably had with the best way to put it, it takes away the fear. Drink gives me confidence. I've been in fear most of my life, so drinking gives us that boost, gives us confidence to do stuff I wouldn't normally do, say stuff I wouldn't normally do, act the way I probably do. Drinking gives us like a safety net, a secure feeling. And it's a brilliant antidepressant, it gets rid of all the worries. You're not a care in the world when I've been drinking. I wouldn't care if the house was on fire if I was drinking.
It gives you confidence to you know, I even tried karaoke when I was steaming drunk and it didn't work, so I just give up on it and get up and dance. Just gives you the confidence to I
can relate to that.
Life, yeah. You know, you don't feel as stupid when you've had a few beers or, you know.
You're not a care in the world even if you can't dance, like me.
Did alcohol lead you to try other drugs? If so, how did that happen?
Drinking, I guess back from younger years, letting obviously ecstasy of the 90s. Obviously going on the drink, then all the E's kicked off, Mitsubishis. So the good old dance nights. That introduced me from drink to drugs, that side of things, taking them, selling them, stuff like that. But drinking goes on to other things. Obviously, when you're mortal drunk out on the drink, you're having a couple of lines to pick yourself up. So you're using one to balance out the other. Because I'm an absolute terrible drunk. I get drunk dead easy. So I was having a couple of lines to pick myself up. So that's a canny cocktail mess. And then one of your mental health on the floor and tears begging you to stop. They spiral on other things like steroids. Obviously, Drinking, for me, was to suppress my feelings in my head. I was a scared little boy, really, for stuff that's happened in the past. So probably steroids, cocaine, ecstasy. It stems from there. And you wonder why you mess at the end of it, because all the stuff you're putting through your body. So, what about you?
I think my first drug was age 17, actually at work. LSD must have been my first
Aye.
drug.
I've never took them, but...
And I was working, and I didn't even know what it was. It just looked like a bit of cardboard.
How did it feel?
Weird.
Weird, I bet you did.
I didn't know what was coming, just a bit of cardboard. Man, I take that. 17 when I smoked my first joint. 17 when I first mushrooms, magic mushrooms. They were even weirder than LSD.
Yeah.
And then it was just alcohol. And then after that, in my 30s, I tried my first ecstasy tablet.
Yeah.
Then it was amphetamine. When I took drugs, like the old place, I didn't touch alcohol until it was wearing off, and I drank and then smoked pot with it.
Right. See, obviously drinking, obviously for me, stemmed from there. Before you know it, you're sitting in the kitchen, having a kitchen party on the tabletop, like a pure idiot, talking absolute marmite. And the next day, you're like, what was it all about? How did alcohol affect your physical and mental health?
Alcohol just rewired my brain into insane thinking. All I would do was just drink alcohol. I wouldn't bother with any food, you know. Sometimes I had to eat something, a little bit, just to keep it down. Otherwise, it was going to the bottom and it was just coming straight back up.
Physically with me, I lost weight. I had sweat off the drink. I was choosing drink over food like you said. I was doing like a little shake just for something on my belly. And I was drinking and washing down with vodka. But you know yourself, when you drink, you don't sleep properly. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. Going to the toilet, you'll probably set fire every way. But physically wise, I looked like a frail person. I had sky high blood pressure. And I was on tablets for them, for my blood pressure, cholesterol level through the roof. What I'm doing now, knocking the drink and everything on the head, my blood pressure's better. So physical wise, I'm doing a lot better. I enjoy waking up on a Saturday sober and fresh and being able to watch the match. Instead of waking up with absolute headache, mouth like cotton. Ugh, you know what I mean? Because of the drink. But mental health wise, you didn't realise how bad your mental health is till you're in the trenches and you look back on it and you think, wow, I was a mess. What's mad about it, it's legal. It's on every corner. It's in every shop. Now you go get your chicken, you've got to walk past cases of hostlers. Yeah, that's a good one. Right, Joe. Did alcohol change the way you were as a person? If so, in what ways did it change you?
In my head, I don't think it changed me, but you don't see yourself when you drink and you think you're normal and, you know, life's great, fantastic, you're doing all right. And then you come to realise, no, you've been absolute to all your family, your friends, and then you've got no family left, and then you've got no friends left, and then you're all alone sitting in the shop doorway with like no one to talk to. It took everything away eventually, and I was left all on my todd.
It totally changed the way I was a person. Me as an angry person, unapproachable person, ruined my family. I lost friends, bloody good jobs. I was a pure when I was drunk. Before I was a beanies, I was working offshore. I was people pleasing by buying people drinks. These weren't me mates. And after I drinking money, changed the way I was as a person. I was bad-tempered, ratty. So my ex-partner, the Baines man, I treated her like He has a love of my life, who loves us, has given us 2 lovely kids. And it's turned me into an absolute psychopath with the drinking, the drugs and the steroids. So definitely changes as a person. Took something away from us basically. It took her away with my 2 kids. It changes the way you think, the way you go on, your actions. It just shows you how bad drink is. It can take away everything you love in the blink of an eye. Doesn't matter who you are, it will take it. How did your drinking affect your relationships with family and friends? Good one, this.
My family and friends, I just ignored them all eventually. They were all giving us they're not giving us our time, they were just concerned for my welfare and that, and I just, yeah, it'll be all right, you know.
You don't look like that, do you? they care for you and you don't
Yeah,
actually look at it.
and you don't say that at the time. All you want is that drink.
I'll say for me, like, affecting my relationships, it'll probably start with the ex-partner, the parents' mum. She wanted the happy families. I didn't. I'll leave her sitting in the house with the kids, and I'll be out in the pub drinking myself away, like a frigging idiot. When you're alcoholic, you're not bothered about what other people think, because obviously you're drinking away. That's the only thing you've got in your head is that next drink. Family-wise, probably see my sisters, well annoyed at us. My mum, trauma I put her through was unbelievable. Now I'm like nearly 6 months clean. I'll look back on it for the steps that we're doing in the well. It gives you a good insight of like how you affected your family, how you affected your friends. Like, I've caused a lot of tears, a lot of sleepless nights, and the stuff I put my kids through was absolutely unbelievable. Probably traumatised them for life with this. But I guess that's where coming to well gives you a good insight of how you have acted. Be accountable for what you've done and look at the reason what you've actually done to them. So it's a good question, that one.
Yeah, I was the same. I only done it to family and friends. People who knew us.
Yeah.
Great with them, no problem. Oh, what a good lad he is.
Aye.
But I just done it to family and friends. And even the youngest members of my family, I eventually pushed them away just so I could have that.
You do as an alcoholic, you push people away and you don't even realise you're actually doing it till you're actually sober. And you're looking at it and you think, wow, what a I was. Even though your family witnessed you killing yourself with a drink, absolutely drinking yourself to death, you look a mess, you stink, you're not eating, you're choosing drink over food.
Did you ever feel like you were in control of your drinking even when others thought you weren't?
Yes and no. Other people point out us all the time, you're out of control drinking, wild binges, drinking for days, living on drink, same clothes on for 3 days and stinking. Mad thing is, when you're drunk, you can't smell it. Sense of smell and taste gone, and it's just spiraled and spiraled. I didn't even think about how other people felt when I was drinking. So a bottle of vodka was no problem, and cans and shots. Think you're clever, hey, let's all shake little glasses together like idiots. What about you?
I didn't go to the pub to drink. You know, I didn't drink with friends and that.
Aye.
One, it was too expensive, and I just didn't like drinking. I didn't like drunk people, and that sounds really weird from an alcoholic, but I couldn't. Drunk people done my head in.
Aye.
They just, they just talk rubbish all the time, and I was a lonely drinker, and I didn't like anyone to see us with drink either. If it was a nice day and I went on the shore, I'd take my bag and I'd go to the shop, get 4 cans, put them in the bag, sit somewhere in the sun, out the way, and I'd look around to see if there was anyone coming before I had a drink, and then drink and then put it right back in the bag so it wasn't left laying sitting beside.
See, I was opposite to you. I didn't bother what people think. See, I think it's different categories of drinkers as well. Deep down I knew I had problems, but I buried my head in the sand. Do you do that? Or?
I probably did. I thought, sod it. I'll spend some of that rent money on my beer. And that's where it's lost me houses. And then you lend money off people. You lie to say it's for gas, electric.
Aye. Even though you're skinned, you will get money for drink.
Yeah.
100%.
Some of it.
You could have no money, nothing in the cupboards, absolutely skinned. Somehow you get money.
Yeah. Looking back, were there any warning signs you ignored?
Loads. Seizures, blackouts, heart attack. Heart attack was probably the worst one, because it kicked in and I laid face planted on the floor. I could see the floor getting closer. I thought, this is going to hurt this. You know what I mean? My mum crying eyes out, my son falling out with my son massively. My kidneys were killing. I was drinking more and more. Oh, my kidneys, I'm in agony, I need to stop drinking, me. And then I'm sitting there necking vodka. Absolute nightmare. What about yourself?
Water infections, peeing blood, having to get a camera where the sun doesn't shine. I went into the hospital a few times. You need to stop drinking. Took no notice. And collapsing a couple of times.
Aye.
You know.
Even though that went on, we still drink.
Still carried on.
Still am drinking.
I still managed to get to the shop.
Aye. I'm paying blood, but I got the shop.
Yeah,
the shop's open soon.
Yeah.
Was there anything someone said or did that made you realise you need to stop?
Yeah. Friends said it all the time. Family said it, especially my sister.
Yeah.
I just sort of passed it off, I just ignored it.
Yeah.
Ignored it and ignored it. Eventually I just stopped speaking to friends, and then eventually I had no friends. I lost members of family because I ignored their messages, didn't ring them. I was just too busy doing my own thing.
Aye.
Yeah.
Mine was probably similar to you. Like, as time went on, people stopped speaking to you, distance yourself from you. Family done similar things, my sisters, just distanced themselves, like my mum. They said time and time again, stop drinking, stop drinking. Nah. I used to look at them as they're mad. Well, you drink, I did drink moderately, not like us. We drink flat out, Rolls Royce. And the warning signs were there, stop drinking. Probably would have been dead if I didn't come here. Truthfully, I probably would have been dead, easily.
What was your lowest moment because of your alcohol use?
I remember it's like yesterday, it's approximately about 8 or 9 years ago. Drink had full grips on us, the addiction of other things like coke and steroids. It got us to the point where I was sitting in a flat with no furniture, on a seat, 4 bin bags. I've lost me partner, I've lost me kids, my mum wasn't speaking to us, my sisters weren't speaking to us, nephews and nieces lost their uncle. Basically just sitting there, drinking myself to pure sorrows, waking up with empty bottles of vodka everywhere. Mentally unstable, absolute just wishing I would die. This is where it's got us. This is where all them nights out drinking and sniffing into the big lad just gets you to rock bottom. Simple as that. That's where it got me. What about you?
My sister went away and I knew I shouldn't have drank in the house, but while she was away I had to look after the house, but I decided I'll get some drink. And my sister came back and she knew I'd been drinking and we had nasty words. I had the clothes he had on, a coat and a bag which, I can't even remember what was in the bag, but that was all I had. And I had to go around. The first night was sleeping on a bench down by the river, just me and this bag. Didn't sleep, I just lay down on the bench and I shut my eyes. And I got shook by 2 people walking past, just checking to see if I was all right. And then it was the police who told us to get myself to the Citizens Advice Bureau and go and ask about a tent. So I got myself down there and they gave us a tent, a sleeping bag, some gloves. And for a while there I felt more secure in that tent.
Aye.
And it was the first time in my life I'd ever camped out. I went to the food bank three days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And they kept us in food and they gave us a tin opener.
Yeah.
They gave us some knives and forks. Yeah, and I had to eat the food.
Yeah.
Pulled out the tins.
Bloody hell.
Which it wasn't that bad, some of it.
Must feel degrading though.
Yeah.
Obviously related not being homeless like that, but I can relate to like the isolation, you're ashamed, your head's all over. You realistically, you're scared because you're used to being with people there, you used to having people like, I was used to have a family there, I wasn't connected with them. You know what I mean? I wasn't connected with my partner or the kids popped me because I was always drinking, but being by myself, because she carried us, you know what I mean? But then sitting there, I actually felt scared, I felt terrified. Didn't know what to do, I was too embarrassed. Obviously you're ashamed, you didn't want to speak to anyone, ask for help. So I just sat there and my best friend was a vodka. As soon as I waked up and as soon as I went to sleep. What motivated you to go to recovery?
Probably been as low as I had ever been in my life, and on my own, with a sad bottle of cider, eating cold food out of a tin, not being able to sleep very well at night because you just don't know who's outside your tent. No one to phone for help.
So everyone stopped speaking to you because
they
don't want that to do with you?
Yeah.
I thought I've got to do something now because there's either death, jail or kill yourself. And that's where it leads you to the point of suicide, literally. Because you're that rock bottom, you've lost everything. Everything's on flames around you. And motivated to come here. I was terrified coming here. I was nervous, really nervous. But you come to a crisis in life where someone pushes you in that direction. I guess everyone just needs a bit of guidance. Everyone's weary. You just need that little bit of help. Everyone needs a little bit of help, but it's accepting help, I think. 6 months on, I'm clean health, got structure. I'm building connections back with my family. So it's persistence.
And did you want to come?
I knew.
You wanted to come?
Yeah. And it was like, this was it. I need to do something about this. I can't do this on my own. Simple as that. And I needed help to do this. But I needed people that's been there and done it. And I was too ashamed to ask people back home for help. So that's what obviously got me here. Best decision I've done. That's why I'm still alive today. That's why I'm getting everything back slowly. But you've got to be realistic. You've got to take every day as it comes. Can't rush this, because that's where you will fall. What about yourself?
I went in to register as homeless for somewhere to live with the council, working in council. And the lady there, she was talking about it, and she was telling us all about it. It's well communities, Carlisle. She put us in touch with somebody, and I didn't want to come at first. It's not what you think about in your head, is it? When you go to rehab, you're sitting on telly and it's full of lunatics. And he kept ringing and he kept ringing and he kept, you know, are you coming in? Oh, there's a bed free. When can you come in? And I just went for it.
Beats the tent. Right. What was the hardest thing about stop drinking?
I didn't want to stop. I just didn't want to stop. I don't know, I enjoyed it and I didn't enjoy it.
I enjoyed that warm feeling it gives you, the buzz. The hardest thing stopping, like, I was in agony at the end of rock bottom when I was drinking. I was in pain. I had heartburn, acid reflux. Wasn't going to the toilet properly. Honestly, I was in agony. My kidneys were killing. I was still drinking. I was in agony, so I was drinking to kill the pain, because obviously drinking's very good at that. Suppressing feelings, hiding emotions with it, and painkiller. So I was drinking and drinking, and I knew I had to stop, but I couldn't. Wasn't obviously, I keeled over, had the heart attack. That's when I knew that was like, well, I didn't stop there. As soon as I left the hospital, I was back in the drink. The hardest thing is probably knowing I can't have a drink again. Now that I've stopped, I know I'll never be able to have a drink again.
The hardest thing about stopping drinking is the craving. I don't get it now, but mine's turned into chocolate.
Oh, mine's food as well.
Another thing is getting your feelings and emotions back. I've not had these feelings and thoughts. Yeah.
Pain.
Pain, yeah.
I know what you mean.
They're all starting to come back into a weird experience. Because I've not had them for years. I buried my mum, my dad, my nephew, and I didn't cry at the funeral. How do you handle cravings or difficult moments now that you're no longer drinking alcohol?
Cooking. I love cooking. Cravings is food. I've piled the weight on, so you swap one addiction for another. I enjoy going to the gym now. So, difficult moments. Thinking before I speak, and that can be my actions, because as guys in trouble, I was pretty self-centered. So I used to just do stuff without thinking, not caring the world, and I wasn't even bothered with the consequences, because I was just laughing off. So now I try and think before I do stuff. Like a good thing now, obviously we learn about the defects I am. So that's been a massive eye-opener. So I'm looking at why I've acted out, why have I been angry, why I've been self-centered.
It's definitely chocolate or something sweet. I could have took chocolate off a baby. I just had to have that chocolate. It was worse than the craving for alcohol.
What was the hardest part of rebuilding your life after stop drinking? Probably the hardest part for me. Rebuilding the relationship with my mum, definitely, and my kids. Probably the hardest thing as well is going to be making amends. I've got a lot of amends to make, but just me being here and being clean, my mum's over the moon. And like she says, that's the best gift you can give her. Like, I cry sometimes at night, but there's no harm in crying. And the day it's about you rebuilding yourself, you're being accountable for what I've done. I'll never drink again. And every time I have come close, I've been tested. Do you know what I mean? I'll think about it now, what's done. What we've learned in here is putting in action out there. So all the tools we're building here, so we don't relapse, it's going to be more put on the front line. You got at the trenches, basically, we're going out there and we're going to have to use the tools we've got. And you got to be tested at every corner. It's how you deal with that test, so stuff could happen. So me, it's probably losing the connection, like the bubble, that little security bubble that we're in at the minute. What about you?
Living life on life's terms, you know.
Yeah.
Day-to-day life, it's just deal with it, pay your bills. Something's going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
You can't be happy all the time. There's going to be good times and there's going to be bad times. You know, you can't walk around happy all the time.
It's how you weather the storm.
Things happen in life and it's just the way you deal with them.
What support do you wish you had?
I wish I'd tried this years ago.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Because this is the first time I've tried this. I thought it was like famous people, famous people,
footballers,
and rich people.
Actually, my ex spoke to me about this, getting help, and I denied it. I thought she was absolutely crazy. I tried to convince her she's crazy. We've got support now. Me and you've done with being here a long time. The support we've had in here has been like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Come on leaps and bounds. But I'm just glad we're doing this now because then other people can see what we're doing and we can try and change other people's lives.
This is one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
Coming in, we're free to leave at any time we want.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just choose to stay here because obviously someone's working.
Obviously we're seeing other people, what they've got, like key workers, staff. I want what they've got, a bit of the clean, they're living a normal life. I wish I'd done this 20 odd years ago. I'd probably still be far better. What would you tell your younger self about alcohol if you could go back in time? Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, if I could go back and tell myself, again, I'd just say, avoid that thing. Whatever you do not touch that.
No.
And that's the only rule. Avoid it like it's a plague, you just do not do it. It's sort of thing, it maybe tastes nice and it might be fun at the time, but it gets a hold of you, and that's why it's called the demon drink.
Telling myself it'd be hard, because I wouldn't listen to myself. I was too arrogant and too self-centered. I wouldn't even listen to myself. Actually, you know what I would do? Now I'm 96 when I've cleaned and seen things a lot clearer. I say, there's your partner, there's your kids, that's what you've lost. There's a reality check, son. I'll say, there you go. That's where all this drinking gets you.
Alcohol's classed as a drug, they class it as a drug. And it's probably one of the worst drugs you could ever pick up. Drugs are drugs for a reason. They're all addictive. It doesn't matter which one you take. If you think your life's not good at the time and you pick up drugs, your life is going to get so much worse with them.
If you can teach stuff at school, teach about the downfalls of drink and drugs. Where's me awards? If one picture's taken, here's 50 quid. Image right.
No autographs, please.